Hey there! Welcome to the Flute 360 podcast. I'm Dr. Heidi K. Begay, and I'm a flutist, educator, coach, and podcaster. My God-given mission is to serve you. I am passionate about guiding you, the modern-day flutist, to discover your unique voice on and off the stage. The goal of this podcast is to help you thrive both as an artist and as a musicpreneur. Go ahead and grab some espresso, your favorite notepad, and let's get to it. Today's episode 175 is titled Building Collaborative Relationships, Initiate, Cultivate, and Scale, Part 3. Hey there, friend. Thank you so much for coming back to another Flute 360 podcast episode. Episodes 173 and 174 are parts 1 and 2 of this 3-part series. We talked about initiating a new relationship and cultivating said relationship. We are talking about forming these new unions because much can come from people working together and getting to know one another. We want to foster these relationships so that way people can connect, relationships are built, new creative projects are formed, and monetized. Now, the reason why I'm talking about all of this is because this is something that's been a struggle for most of you right now within this current season. I hear you. I empathize with you. I understand where you are coming from. You've worked so hard on your craft of being a musician, knowing how to play your instrument, right? But the opportunities may just not be there yet. And that's okay. But we have to step outside of our bubble and start creating these new opportunities for ourselves and for others. It's really that simple. So after you have initiated the relationship, after you have started cultivating the relationship, now I want you to scale it. Now, I want you to consider something that's quite crucial. If you are going to scale this relationship to monetary opportunities, or for whatever your end goal is, you have to make sure that there is a win-win for everybody involved. Think about us, not just the one party or the one individual. Okay? So with that in mind, if you notice that there is a common mission, a common vision, or a common thread that connects all parties involved, then scale it. Going back to the example in E173 with Jamie, we noticed that everything that I just listed was true. We were serving a similar tribe. We had a similar mission. Therefore, scaling it was only natural. It was organic. It just stemmed from the foundation that we had laid out. So when we noticed, oh, wow, you're doing this and I'm doing that, let's be in cahoots with each other. Hey, how about you talk at my summit in January? And how about I talk through your summit in May? Now, if it's an equal exchange, great. If that's how you come to terms with the relationship and an exchange of services, you could do that. But in this particular case, this is a monetary opportunity. She has a certain fee, I have a certain fee, done. This is where I'm talking about putting on your entrepreneurial cap. You have to think, how can I sustain myself financially and support myself? We all have needs and wants. And our basic foundation of who we are as human beings, we have to have a roof over our head. We have to have food in our belly. We have to have clothes on our back, right? So I don't want you to have this starving artist mindset. You need to understand and know your value, know what you're worth. So that way you don't leave money at the table. So with that being said, again, you have to find that win-win for everybody involved. Another great shining example of this is working with Kathy. I was interested in her teacher training program. She got to know me. I got to know her. And then the next thing you know, she's hiring JK Media Productions, my sister company, to do some audio work for upcoming CDs and music tracks. It goes both ways, I promise you. So don't be shy, don't be meek. Initiate that relationship, cultivate it, and scale it. Know your worth and know what to ask for when said opportunity unfolds. Now, thank you so much for coming through this entire series with me. I just want to leave you with a few tidbits. Now, after you've cultivated this relationship, sometimes relationships just don't scale, and that's okay. Sometimes it will scale into a friendship, which is beautiful in of itself. Sometimes it doesn't scale, and sometimes it scales into monetary opportunities. And sometimes it scales into maybe an exchange of services. There's not one size fits all. You have to really read the room. And by doing that, of course, every opportunity and every relationship and personality is going to be truly unique. Now, just a side note, if that relationship does not scale, c'est la vie. That's okay. Maybe it just wasn't your season for the two of you to come together. Don't dismiss that relationship, though. Keep it on the back burner. I know I'm going to sound very old school right now, but keep that name and number in your Rolodex. That sounds really wonky, but it's true. Because later, maybe months or years later, you can pull out that name and number and say, oh yeah, Jane or Joe really wasn't a good fit at the time, but guess what? Maybe they would be interested in XYZ now. You really never know. Another and last tidbit that I would like to give you is, now that you have met said person, perhaps that relationship, yet again, just never scales. Okay, that's fine. But you've made a great relationship, and perhaps you can refer Jane or Joe to someone else. The more people you bring within your orbit, the next thing I want you to do is to then bring those people together. Make the circle and make that orbit that much tighter. If you can put two people together and their magic and their creative project gets off the floor, then you've done your job, and that's amazing. If this is something that has really got you jazzed up and really excited about the future, I want you to know that I am always here for you. I have worked with so many musicians just like yourself in helping them navigate their career, by helping them build these relationships so that way these creative and monetary opportunities unfold for their business. I want the same for you. A good example of this is Pam. She has been a Flute 360 listener for a couple years now, and she lives in California. So a major shout out to Pam. And about a year ago, we had a coaching call, right? And through that coaching call, she told me about her pain points and her goals. I helped lay out some steps for her to reach said goal. And voila, now she is doing a tour through the States, giving concerts, recitals, and taking some lessons with some prominent flute teachers within the States. How cool is that? I mean, the fact that she had this idea, didn't really know what the steps entailed, what the steps were. We got to talk for an hour or so, and then she had a clear plan. She realized what she wanted. She realized how to obtain said goal. So if you are in a similar situation and you want to move the needle forward in your career or in your business, I am here for you. Let's figure it out together and let's move the needle forward for you today. If said call interests you, go ahead to the show notes below and I have provided my Calendly link. Schedule a 1-hour coaching call so that way we can start reaching your goals together. Now, bringing this whole series full circle back to 173, do not wait for the next summit. Do not wait for the next music festival or conference. Act today. Don't wait. Take action and take it now. Your creative ideas have validity. You are meant to soar and thrive. And I want you to be able to build those relationships and create those monetary opportunities for yourself. I know it can be scary. I know it can be hard, but you do not have to do it alone. I have done it for myself for these past few years, and I'm telling you, being my own music boss and bringing in those people into my orbit and cultivating these creative and monetary opportunities for myself has been a huge blessing. So if you are not satisfied where you are within your music career at this very moment, I want you to take action. Inspiration only lasts a few minutes, but if you need someone to encourage you, to coach you through this new territory, if you want to forge new opportunities for yourself, then I am there for you. I am going to be your coach, your cheerleader, your friend along the way. Use me and use the resources and the knowledge that I have gained these past few years to start moving mountains within your career and music business today. I can't wait to talk to you soon. And until next time. Thank you for listening to the Flute 360 podcast. Please go to HeidiKBigay.com/contact and let's connect. If you need guidance in terms of your musical career, please do not hesitate to reach out. I have been helping musicians for years navigate their careers, and I would love to help you do the same. Let me help you find your unique voice on and off the stage today. Schedule a 1-hour coaching call through HeidiKBigay.com/contact. The link is in the show notes below. Talk to you soon. Let's talk about flute.